but the circumstances have forced us to widen our search. A normal investigation becomes narrower with time, I understand, as new information focuses on the search. But this is not. In this case, the information we have forces us to look further and further afield. Mitchell said that engine data showed the plane had kept flying for hours after last contact. We checked with Boeing and Rolls-Royce, who said the reports were not true. And I quote, this is a statement from Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce continues to full support to the authorities and the Malaysian Airlines. Rolls-Royce concurs with a statement made on Thursday, the 13th of March, by the Malaysian Transport Minister regarding engine health monitoring data received from the aircraft. Oil slicks. Yesterday, authorities cited 2 oil slicks in China Sea, 60 nautical miles south of the last point of contact with MH370. The first slick was investigated and analyzed and found to contain tiny traces of jet fuel. No debris was found in the vicinity. We do not believe the slick is linked to MH370. Samples from the second slick were investigated and analyzed and did not contain any jet fuel. The investigation team, ladies and gentlemen, is following all leads that could help locate the missing aircraft. When we receive new information and it has been verified, we act accordingly. Wherever there is a possibility, from the beginning of the crisis, we have worked hand in hand with all the relevant authorities, including manufacturers. We have daily technical meeting protocols set out by the International Civil Aviation Authority. We have been in regular contact with our neighboring countries, and we have welcomed all international offers of assistance. We are committed to one aim, which is to find MH370.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start the Q&A session with the local media for the first 5 minutes.
Dikeluarkan dalam Twitter BBC. Boleh Datuk Seri confirmkan benda ni. And then second, radar terbuka dikatakan mengesan bahawa jet airline itu terbang melalui semenanjung Malaysia ke arah Kepulauan Andaman.
Let me just answer the second part of that question, and Dr. Azhar can answer the turn back. It was very clear that when the Chief of the Air Force indicated that though there is information of a turn back, but it was not 100% identified to be MH370. And that is why we have expanded our search to the Straits of Malacca, now further on, as I have said in my statement. That has not changed.
On the first question, we are now working very closely with our team from US to get whatever information of satellite in the US, the aircraft. We cannot reveal the information right now because it's still under investigation. And also this evening, the team from the aircraft accident investigation board from the UK and from Rolls-Royce will arrive, and they also have indicated they are studying the possibility of satellite communication, whatever they have, again until we have verified thoroughly and confirmed the possibility of whereabout the aircraft is. Thank you.
Okay, RC and radio. Video. Sidang.
Sekali lagi saya tak boleh dengar. Maaf, saya tak terima berita tersebut, jadi saya tak boleh menjawabnya. Piagam antarabangsa. Jadi maaf saya tak dapat
Identify.
Michael from the Ryan Post. Dr. Sri, it was reported that Malaysia signed the International Aviation Treaty but did not invoke it upon the incident. Is it true that they signed this treaty but did not the search and rescue, and do you think that that would have been a
under the protocol of International Civil Aviation Organization, the state of occurrence to lead the accident investigation. In this case, we still categorize the incident as missing aircraft. And it says in the Annex 13, if the missing aircraft, the location of the missing aircraft cannot be determined, the state of register have to carry out investigation to find out whereabout the aircraft. And in this case, the state of...
Please. Yes, identify yourself, please.
Dr. Sri Hari from the Royal Club.
Yes.
You mentioned yesterday that you had two clues. The two clues being the two areas, the South China Sea and towards the Indian Ocean. First question. Second question, could you please confirm there is no hijacking?
I cannot confirm whether there's no hijacking. Like I said from the start, and I've been very consistent, we're looking at all possibilities. As regards moving on to the Straits of Malacca and the Andaman Sea, like I said, we have to confirm that the primary military radar actually identifies that as MH370.
Kedama.
Have you approached other airlines that encountered similar incident airplanes on searching for missing aircraft?
We welcome all assistance. In this case, I think the fact that we lost contact with the aircraft and we don't know whereabout of the aircraft except for the what Air Force has provided, and that was to be corroborated. So I don't think we can make a comparison until we find the aircraft.
And this is where I'd like to stress that our focus must be to find the aircraft and hopefully the black box. Because that will help us look further and what sort of cooperation that we need, especially on the Air France crash, which took some time to recover and get more details of.
A series of questions regarding unidentified plot.
Can you limit them though?
Limit to one, please.
Okay. Regarding the unidentified radar plot raised by the military, 2 days ago. So I would like to ask whether Indonesia has detected or other countries have detected the same plot, and
Like I said, that is crucial because I'll be the one, the most happiest person if we can actually confirm that that is the MH370, because then we can move all our to the Straits of Malacca. At the moment, I'm not in a position to do that.
Yes, please.
Dr. Sri, Elizabeth from Indonesia.
Hi.
Just wanted to ask you, Dr. Sri, these reports from the US government, US officials who are unnamed, that they received this information from the Malaysian
Ciam, Tuan Ahmad Johari, bagaimana daripada segi moral di kalangan staf MAS sekarang ni bila melihat adanya rakan yang masih belum dapat dikesan?
Kita lihat tengah hari tadi di mana Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri sendiri dengan bagaimana masyarakat kita dan sokongan daripada dunia membantu kita usaha untuk mencari dan menyelamat. Memanglah setiap hari bila berlalu kemungkinan untuk kita nak teruskan usaha menyelamat semakin tipis. Tapi usaha kita untuk kita tak akan toleh ke belakang. Kita akan terus. Sebab itu saya nyatakan tadi bahawa kawasan yang kita tengah memang rasa begitu terharu dan susah kadang-kadangnya nak berdepan dengan keluarga yang terlibat. Lebih-lebih lagi kita tidak mempunyai maklumat yang dan perkembangan yang boleh kita maklumkan kepada mereka. Tetapi saya secara peribadi dari semangat yang saya terima untuk berdepan dengan satu cabaran yang besar ialah pertamanya sokongan daripada rakyat Malaysia, daripada pelbagai lapisan masyarakat, tak kira warna kulit, tak kira umur, untuk membantu kita. Keduanya, saya tengok tak pernah dalam sejarah kita melihat beberapa negara sanggup bersama-sama dengan kita. Hari ini sahaja 13. There are 13 countries that are working with us. The equipment that has been afforded to us have been very The 5 was the IGP's investigation. But when I talked about duress and voluntary turning off, that was in relation to the transport. So please do not confuse the issues.
Yes,
Yes,
you are
please.
not going
How to Chinese
You-
studies yourself today. They want.
Yes, please. Please identify yourself, please.
Did you talk to Chinese government or Chinese families today? Say what?
Yeah. And on the families, I can confirm to you that the Prime Minister's envoy, Tan Sri Kating, is there right now. Must have got 100, at least 100 employees deployed over there. And that's always been our concern, the welfare and trying to get as much of the families, because we understand how frustrated they are, but we are trying the best we can with the Chinese authorities. And you have to realize it's not just China, there are other nationals involved too.
Money, please.
No, I don't think I denied anything, because everything is a possibility. But what I'm saying is that we have anything that we want to confirm, we need to verify.
Okay, hold on, open here.
Free from CNBC. Minister, it's been almost a week now, and 2 stakeholders who are fundamentally important to this investigation, Boeing and Rolls-Royce, have not made any public statement. This doesn't seem full disclosure to me. This doesn't seem like transparency to me. Are you putting any pressure on them to make...
I don't think we need to add pressure, putting pressure to Boeing or Rolls-Royce, because they've been working with us from the beginning.
Okay, one last question at the back there, please.
After from headlines in India, social media reports have suggested that Boeing, Rolls-Royce was supposed to have some safety software in the aircraft before the takeout. Can you comment on that?
As far as concerned, the aircraft complied to the airworthiness that's required, and we comply to all the ADs and SBs. Okay, that's required to make it a safe operation.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, let's conclude the session for today. We'll meet again tomorrow.